Family, good morning. It is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for getting active inside the comment box. Today is Thursday. It is April 9th. I hope you are off to an amazing start today. And if you caught Wake Up Bama this morning, thank you very much for watching. I saw that the views on Wake Up Bama, woof. Man, thank you so much for being inside the comment box on Wake Up Bama. I know Herman's always up in there, and if you had a chance to watch it, thank you so much. And thank you for being on the broadcast today. As you know, A-Day is here, so today will be A-Day, kind of a preview. When we got the A-Day is here. We'll talk Keelan Russell. We'll talk Austin Mack, but I know you guys want to talk more bot ricks, all 10 of you guys inside the comment box. We'll talk players to watch. We'll talk Xavier Crowell out. We'll talk the Alabama defense. We'll talk special teams watch, and we'll talk about the undefeated meetup, which I think is just me and Patriot Life on Friday and on Saturday. So with that said, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Who's watching the Masters? Anybody watching the Masters? In a minute, I'm going to need your guys' help to build a lineup. As you know, the Masters has already started. In fact, if you're real into it like me, you probably have it, simultaneously going on. We can't show it clearly, but Masters is definitely fun to watch. I love golf as much as the next guy. Clearly, A-Day is here. What's your level of excitement about A-Day on a scale of 1 to 10? I think for me, I'm pretty excited about it, to be honest. I think looking at where this team is right now, there's one thing that I've kind of picked up on is there is a lot of doubters, probably more doubters than I've ever seen towards Alabama football. And I look at that in two ways. Number one, I kind of look to it is that kind of a overreaction, right, by opposing programs kind of putting stuff out there. Players that used to play here, it's easy to say things are better here than it is at Bama. I think that last year, kind of the way that Alabama season ended, I think people think that is kind of where Alabama kind of ended, which isn't the truth. I mean, Alabama had a good season last year, but look, if you don't win a championship around here, it's a failure. And that's the reality of it. And even Coach Saban has talked about that, right? I mean, even in the past, he's been like, the expectations at Alabama are almost unfair to whoever it is because that's how it is. If you don't make the championship game, if you don't win the championship game, it's almost like a failure. So DeBoer has a lot of work to do. And I think going into year 3, I'm excited about what he brings from the defensive side. I have a lot of questions about the offensive side, and that's something that I really want to watch on Saturday is what type of development. I'm not going to judge this team fully based off what I see from a practice on Saturday, right? A controlled practice on Saturday. But I want to see where guys are at in terms of development. Is there some physicality going on with the Alabama offensive line? What stands out from the Alabama offensive line? Who's participating at each tackle position, and how are those guys faring in the small opportunities that we see? There'll be some scrimmage opportunities, but for the most part, they're not going to go 100%. I mean, why would they? You don't want to get banged up at this point in time. But that's what I'm looking at for A-Day. And I think kind of on the back end of the program, I want to talk about the special teams because I think the two biggest areas for this team, and it's honestly not even the quarterback. I think whatever quarterback we have is going to be a fine quarterback that leads the program. That's not the issue. The issue here at Alabama is not the quarterback position. It's an exciting storyline because it's a new quarterback. It's a quarterback that is under DeBoer and Grubb, a guy that they recruited specifically, but that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is Alabama's offensive line development. And if they're in development phase now, can they get ready for execution phase during the season? That's the biggest thing, because if the Alabama offensive line can't get a push, can't improve, this Alabama football team is not going to be the Alabama football team that we hope they can be. Everything else should be pretty good. The other area is special teams. Is this special teams going to be an improved unit? The two areas, think about this, fam. The real big areas that have to be better, there's 3 of them. The 3 areas are offensive line, the running backs have to be better overall, and in a lot of different areas. And then the third area is special teams. And I don't know in what sort of order. I know a lot of people don't care about special teams, but I do. If you have a bad special teams unit, you're not going to be very good. You're not going to be able to win. I mean, I say that, but Saban had teams that weren't the best on special teams, at least at the kicker position, and they still won titles. But you get what I'm saying. If you're not buttoned up in all phases of the game, because there's not a lot of questions with the defensive part. There's just not. I think if I had questions about the defense, you know where they're at. Inside linebacker, corner. But it's all offensive line. It's not that I don't have – the skill guys are going to be fine. I know a lot of people don't like Ryan Coleman-Williams anymore, which is kind of their fault. If you're not going to be a fan of the kid, I get it, but I'm going to be. I think he'll have a stellar A-Day. I think that fans will be upset when he leaves, but it's been really disappointing to see how many people, have just kind of, thrown off that guy. I get it. The drop passes did not make you happy, but just wait. Just wait. I mean, what he did in the scrimmage, he had 3 touchdowns in that scrimmage, and then everybody's like, do it in the game. I don't get it. We'll talk about the 2 quarterbacks, a couple players to watch. Crowell probably out this Saturday, the Alabama defense and special teams. And good morning if you're joining us today. Appreciate you guys being here, all 35 of you. Really appreciate it. It'd be awesome if we can get to 40 today on the show. Thank you so much. I know you guys are excited that Botrix joined the show, so that's always exciting when Botrix is the most exciting thing on the program. Keelan Russell. What are we looking to see from Keelan Russell this Saturday? I would say some explosive plays and some, small glimpses of playmaking ability. But I'm not going to come away from this scrimmage on Saturday evening, on Sunday morning, the Monday after when it's an overreaction, and I'm going to judge everything off what I saw from Saturday from Keelan Russell. I'm not going to do that. If he throws an interception, if he throws, now if he throws the 5 touchdowns, that's a different story. They're not going to. It's a controlled scrimmage. And I think by design, I honestly believe this, that DeBoer won't let a quarterback shine. He won't. He's going to carry this quarterback competition out, as far as he can. I mean, you've heard him he spoke to the next round yesterday. Did you guys take away anything from what he said? Each guy did great. Each guy did this. He's never, ever said that one guy has the edge, right? And he's not going to say that again on Saturday. So I think even in the design script that they have for A-Day, it'll be to make sure that no quarterback outdoes each other. Just wait. But looking at Keelan Russell specifically, how is he coming along? Can we see some playmaking ability from him? How does he have command of the offense and the opportunities that he has? Does he run a little bit? I mean, we've had a couple quarterbacks in the past reel off, some big runs. People are excited about the athleticism that he brings. Last scrimmage, he threw 2 touchdowns. The scrimmage before that, he threw 1 touchdown. Does he have some touchdown passes in this scrimmage as well? I think any sort of playmaking ability is going to be, we're going to be excited about it. But if Keelan Russell does, a couple touchdowns or whatever he does, it is going to be the biggest news in college football. You will have ESPN here on Monday. You will have the biggest college football analysts talking about Keelan Russell like you've never heard before, and we won't even know who the starting quarterback is yet. Now, I think with Austin Mack, it's really been interesting. But there are so many people that do not want Austin Mack to be the quarterback here. I can't even say anything positive about Austin Mack without getting ridiculed inside the comment box. Can't. As soon as I say something positive about Austin Mack, you don't like Keelan Russell. You want him to transfer. And unfortunately, these quarterback battles, people really take sides on guys. They don't, and it's interesting. And for me, and in the small job that I have, people feel that I'm against all the quarterbacks. It is the weirdest thing. I either hate Keelan Russell or I hate Austin Mack. I don't feel that way. I think that each quarterback is going to be able to do the job. I just hope that the team is better, right? But with Austin Mack, I mean, and it's weird. I even warning. I'm about to tell you something good about Austin Mack, okay? This does not mean that I don't like Keelan Russell, okay? Is that cool if I tell you something like positive about him? Or do you not want me to talk about Austin Mack? Is it okay if I say something about him? Never mind. I'll just skip it. So with players to watch for A-Day, I was thinking about this as well. I think players to watch outside of the quarterbacks is that there's always seems to be a running back that kind of showcases their ability, and then we never see that quarterback again. And thanks again. We're almost to 40 viewers on our Thursday program. Man, almost to 30 to 40 viewers. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. There's always a running back that showcases their ability, and then we never, ever see that running back utilized, right? I mean, a couple years ago, I rewind, it was like Justice Haynes, he scored 3 touchdowns, and we never saw him. So there'll be a running back probably that has flashes on Saturday. I'd probably imagine Kevin Riley. But he's another guy. We could talk about Kevin Riley all the time, but people want A.K. Deer. We could talk about Daniel Hill. People want Crowell. People want Crowell, an injured Crowell, I think, more than they do like a healthy Daniel Hill. I swear, I promise you. I think people would rather have like a 65, 70% Xavier Crowell at running back than 100% Daniel Hill. And people be like, yo, we've already seen Daniel Hill. That's what I get, right? But I would imagine Kevin Riley looks pretty good at A-Day. Hearing really good things I'm sure you've seen about Trayshawn Brown, right? Very talented freshman running back. I think from the wide receiver position, clearly everybody's excited about Noah Rogers and what he brings. I'm excited to see some of the new guys at the wide receiver position. That's where kind of, I want to see Sadarian Morgan. Like if Crowell can't go on offense, I'm most excited to see, I think, outside of the quarterbacks, probably Sadarian Morgan. And if Sadarian Morgan, sometimes like in a scrimmage like this or a practice, they'll have some one-on-one drills. And if you're watching number 8 go against, I don't know, Red Morgan or Dejon Lee or, I don't know, Edwards or whatever, it's amazing to see kind of those one-to-one matchups. Last year at this deal, Derek Meadows was really difficult to deal with for anybody. That's why I'm glad Coach was talking about him, right? But Sadarian, are you guys excited to see Sadarian Morgan? Man, having a 6'4", 225-pound wide receiver as a freshman is just so exciting. I think that depending on this development of Sadarian Morgan, my goodness, I mean, you could have the next great wide receiver here already. Yeah, you really could. On the offensive line, I think the usual, the transfers. I have my eyes on a new tackle, Javen James, and then some second-year guys. I mean, we've talked about it before, right? Like Mal Waldrop, is he really getting reps with the first team? Jackson Lloyd, how good does he look? Jackson Lloyd, I think if we had to give you almost like an MVP for the springtime, Jackson Lloyd might be up there in terms of an MVP. That guy has been wicked good all spring. Another guy on the offensive line that I'll be watching is Ty Haywood, right? We haven't really talked about Ty Haywood too much this spring. I haven't really heard Coach Kalen DeBoer talk about him too much. That doesn't mean that he's not performing well. It's just this is a second-year player. Not all second-year players are ready to go. But I think Ty Haywood, I don't think we should forget about him. I think just curious about how Ty Haywood is coming kind of into the fold as he just got here this year. Defensive line, Terrence Green, Devin Tompkins. Unfortunately, those guys can't really get after the quarterback, but what do they do in run situations? Got to keep those guys healthy too. And how about who I'm really excited to see is Jeremiah Beeman. Jeremiah Beeman, I haven't heard anything about him. I sometimes I get like it's interesting because it feels like we're more excited about the transfers that just got here rather than the players that have been here. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know why that is. Like anybody who always gets here is more exciting than the players that were here. But like, I don't know, Jeremiah Beeman is a pretty good football player. Linebackers, Caleb Woodson, of course, 100% at the inside linebacker position, and whoever's next to him. I would imagine Xavier Brown probably doesn't play. He'd probably be limited, so that means Carmelo O'Neal, Dejon Lee. Dejon Lee, I think, is just – I mean, how blessed is Alabama at the corner position, right? To be able to have somebody like that is incredible. And then we got the safeties. I mean, clearly Jaira Edwards, right? Jaira Edwards, he's probably the most exciting, guy to see on the defensive side. Before I get to my next couple topics, I want to build out. I asked you guys if you guys would help me build a lineup real quick because we have the Masters going on. So what I'm going to do is just ask you guys for some quick help on building out a quick roster. If you guys could help me with that. So the best way to use Prize Picks, who is the presenting sponsor of this show, is you simply go to Prize Picks, and you can do this on your phone. I'm going to show you on the desktop version just because it's easy for me to share. I'm going to go full screen. What you do on the interface is, number one, use the promo code, which is inside the comment box, and that'll take you to download the app, right? So the promo code, if you get lost in it, is HMA. But I'm going to navigate up here to PGA. And as you know, the Masters going on. So we can build a quick little lineup together. All right, so I'm going to need your help. Okay. So we have Scheffler today. All right, so I'm going to put this in. More or less for Scheffler today, it looks like he's at 70 strokes. More or less. Oh, man. I guess I'm going to say I'll go, man, 70. I'll go more. And then I'm going to go less on Justin Rose. So I got two guys over here that I picked, right, on my lineup. So I'm going to pick one more for today. And how about John Rahm over here? I don't know. Okay, more or less. I'm kind of feeling less for Rahm today. Right? So I think I'll take, oh man, I don't know. This is a tough one right here. 71. We also got, how about this one? Scheffler, more or less birdies right here. Four birdies? That's a tough one. And then we got Koepka over here, 72. We'll go less for Koepka. All right, so there's our little three-team lineup, right? So we got 20 to win 120. I don't know how confident I feel about that. Can I change that? Okay, I'll do 10 to win 60. All right. So, yeah, remember, Prize Picks is great. I mean, clearly it's the best place to win cash while watching sports. If you use that promo code, then you play $5 and you get $50. Okay, so the link is in the description of this video. Check it out. This is something that we will track together, and I will submit this, and here we go. Okay, so we'll keep track of that lineup. Hopefully it does well. Jarvis, I'm going to need your help on some of these other ones, man. Okay, so that was Prize Picks. So please support the sponsor as they support me, and I appreciate you guys doing so. Thank you so much. And it is Masters week, so go check out Masters. It's today through Sunday. I'm sure you guys are checking it out. All right, unfortunately, I guess Crowell is out, right, for this weekend. Disappointing in the fact that fans can't see him, but you can't rush Crowell. And I still feel that if this guy comes back 100%, he can still push for a lot of playing time this year, right? So don't be disappointed if he's not able to go this Saturday. That doesn't look like it's going to be the case. I guess in the injury is a soft tissue update. Soft tissue injury, and it looks like to his leg. I have no idea what that is, right? But hopefully he gets back to speed because, man, I was so looking forward to seeing him during spring ball. Crowell. That's like you're like your most shiny new toy that you got, and the guy's a little bit banged up. But we need him 100%. And I still think he can absolutely be impactful this year. 100%. All right, the defense. Okay, let me just ask you. How good do you think the defense is going to be on a scale of 1 to 10? On a scale of 1 to 10, just like shooting from the hip, how good do you say Alabama's defense is? I mean, geez, it's. Am I wrong for saying like? I mean, Cody's saying 10. I was gonna say like 8.5. Okay, 9.5. I see Jarvis saying wicked, right? And I guess over the last 48 hours or whatever, I've just been having a little bit of a problem assessing the offense in the preseason because I've been thinking about this. I was like, I don't necessarily know if I feel the same excitement right now for this offense. And it pains me to say that because I want to like tell you guys and bring you the info that like Alabama's the best at everything. But are they on the offensive side? I think the only way that I think we'll be able to really understand Alabama's offense is just to wait to see them play. It's not really the same case for the defense because we already saw those guys play. There's so much of a. You're right, Jarvis. That's exactly how I feel. So I feel it'd almost be like a disservice to you to just feed you all this information about the offense with really nothing to go off of. I mean, Coach Kalen DeBoer won't say anything about the quarterbacks. I think that out of all coaches that I've ever heard speak in my life, he probably has he's the most talented at coach speak. Right? Like Keelan Russell could throw 3 touchdowns and Austin Mack could throw 1 interception in the game. And he'd be like, they both did really well. There was a lot of takeaways that, I saw from Keelan Russell, but Austin Mack did a really good job. And I think his performance over the week kind of equals to what Keelan Russell did. And Keelan Russell, despite him throwing, those touchdowns, I don't know if one was better. You're like, damn, man, just tell us who the better quarterback is. He's so good at it. It's amazing. I've never seen a better coach than DeBoer at that. He's the GOAT at that. Best that's ever been. All right? I'm just like, man, like, what you got? I don't know. Maybe it's just like because we've all played sports. We've all coached teams. And I just find it so hard as like, who your best players are. Like 100%. Even if you coach like Little League or T-ball, that little Jimmy is better than Joey. But the defense is going to be nasty. 100%. A million times over, I just don't know about the offense. So it was like, I have a hard time right now. I've been thinking about this. I'm like, okay, what do I tell the undefeated? Do I just tell them that, like, this is the best offense that there's ever been? I'm like, Kyle, you got to slow down. And I know there might be other YouTube channels, there might be national people that are saying that, but is it the truth? I don't know. It might just kind of be a gas up. And I don't want to be a somebody that feeds you all this stuff and then we go in the season, it falls on deaf ears. I'd rather assess as we play. And it's a long summer to think about this. Do you think I'm wrong? Or do you think I should just, you know how I feel about Grubb. I'm willing to like give him, year 2 but I still think he was a huge problem. Quarterbacks haven't played at all. I could tell you the same thing about all the offense. Defense is easy. Anyways, special teams watch. I think with the special teams, it's like it seems that's going to be one of the greatest things for us to watch on Saturday. And I do feel we can get a little bit more from that type of practice scrimmage from watching the special teams. If they have some situational drills where they come out and they kick like a 40-yarder, 45-yarder, display Lorcan Quinn's leg, see how Connor Talty's faring, that's actually will give us a good window. I think you can judge special teams a lot easier than you can like an offense based off one practice. I can tell you a lot by looking at the kicker from one practice, not so much about the offense. I need more volume. I need to see like the team play in games. But I think the kicking game, and as well as the punter, like we got a new punter in, we got a new long snapper in, we got a new kicker. If those areas look really good, I'm excited about that because we know the defense is going to be good. If the special teams is good, okay, that's 2 out of 3. Let's just see how that offense comes and be patient before we assess them, right? All right, so let's see. Special teams watch. Okay, so we've kind of rounded out to the back end. And I appreciate all 61 of you guys getting here. Man, almost 100 or almost 70 rather on the show. So undefeated meetup looks like Patriot Life and I are going to try to meet up on Friday. I think that's the only one that's been interested to meet up so far. So I know you guys got other things going on. So Patriot Life, hit me up and we'll figure it out. We'll try to meet on Friday and then maybe before the scrimmage as well. So I appreciate you guys for joining the program. Thank you very much. And remember, this is a Jenny Chackney week as she is battling stage 4 cancer. So all these shows this week have kind of been dedicated to her because, we're our thoughts and our prayers are with her during this week for sure. So news as it happens. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for supporting me. As always, I appreciate the super chats inside the comment box. You guys being fan funders and you guys being here right here on the program. It's almost day. It's coming. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you very much for watching today right here on Bama Football on YouTube. See you, family.